So the ego is just one sense of self and one who you believe that you are. And usually we believe whoever we need we are from our environment and how to survive in our environment as an individual. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's very important that we understand ego death and what it means. So your personality will build whatever alter ego. We say alter ego because the true ego is oneness, is that we're all one being. We have personalities, which is our pieces of that one being, which these are your true egos, your personality. You have an astrological program, and it builds a personality that will adapt itself to the matrix that is within. So it's very important that we understand that the egos that we're making with our personalities, or with our real ego, right? I'll say personality so that you won't get confused, because your actual ego is your personality. That's who you truly are cosmically, astrologically. You understand? Like, this is who your true ego is. But your true ego is subjected to a fake matrix, so you have to create an alter ego to survive within the matrix, because you are not allowed to be your actual ego. So what you're doing is you're creating a profile, which is an ego, within the system that you're in. Just like on Instagram, who you are on Instagram is not who you truly are. That's an alter ego, that's a profile. You are projecting that profile as who you are, but that's not who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you need to be on Instagram to get whatever you're trying to achieve on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your purpose for being on Instagram? Well, you will create an alter ego, which is a profile that will say, this is who I am on Instagram. You see what I'm saying? This is the same thing in life. If you are part of the black community and you have to survive in the black community, you're going to put on an alter ego. You can't be who you truly are. You have to be what's going to allow you to survive and thrive in that environment. The problem is when you're being something that is depleting your actual ego, which is your soul. You're doing something that's not feeding your soul. So we have to realize who we truly are. This is what life's all about. It's about knowledge of self. And this is the ego death, is like realizing like, wow, I've trapped my actual ego inside of this profile, aka an alter ego, so that I can exist within this matrix that I'm in, or within an environment that I'm subjected to. Just like on Instagram or Facebook, you create a profile. That's not who you really are, but you do that on Facebook, and you're trying to fit your actual ego or your actual personality inside of this matrix called Facebook. But you're limited. You're limited in Facebook. So when you're in the matrix or Babylon, you're creating a profile, an alter ego, to exist within the environment, to survive in that environment. But that's not who you truly are. So life's journey is evolving your mind into who you truly are, into the real matrix, which is nature, which is the earth, which is the universe, and everything connected to true life and living organisms. That is all connected. That is, you have an actual cosmic ego that you have never truly experienced, and this cosmic ego makes you a god.
You want to bring change, you got to be different.
What you do?
You want change, but you don't want to change? How the fuck is that intelligent? This is the age of Aquarius, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is the age of Aquarius. We're here to push change. Point blank period. This world will make you like it, you gotta make the world like you. We'll come here to make the world us, not become the world. Don't become the world. You're in the world, but don't be of it. Don't become the world, make the world become you. This is your reality. You're God. Don't do what they do. You do something different. Be different. If the world is doing something, do something else. Do the opposite of what the world is doing. This is how you win. Don't be like the world. Fuck the world. You make the world be like you. Remember that. You're not gonna be accepted by everyone because everyone's doing a trend and trying to be fit in. You see? You straighten your hair because you wanna fit in. Fuck them. Fuck them.
It's not because I want to fit.
Yes, it is. Psychologically, subconsciously. You don't want to consciously say that. But subconsciously, you start to conform to your environment and your trend of the culture that you're in to be accepted. You listen to a music, you see the people how they dance. The way they dress. You want to dress, act like them. Don't act like them. They're stupid. Get educated. The reason why you do it is because you have low self-esteem. Subconscious, you have low self-esteem. You do not love yourself. And I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm tired of y'all excuses. Us black men want our woman back. We want our woman back. We want them black, we want them back. The fellas, stand up.
Emotional intelligence. This is it right here. We look at money and material things more valuable than our own emotional state, our own feelings. Now, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is emotional awareness. Do you know who you are emotionally? Do you know what's best for you? What I realize in life is that there's so many people that are emotionally unintelligent, man. And it's probably, y'all dealing with somebody right now that's emotionally unintelligent. They're good as long as they don't get struck emotionally, as long as there's no pressure emotionally. How many of y'all dealing with or know somebody right now that is emotionally unintelligent? Meaning they don't deal with their emotions very well once they get to a certain level. Now, if you know somebody, press 1 or raise your hand. If you was that person, shout out to you. I know I was. I know I'm learning not to be. I know I'm growing more emotionally. Man, I don't care how many books you read, how intelligent you think you are. Until we grow intelligent emotionally, will we ever truly master our reality and become happy in life? When we learn how to remove ourselves from our emotions in an emotional moment. You know you're becoming emotionally intelligent when you're able to think through your emotions. When you're able to observe your thoughts that you're having because of those emotions. Where you're able to say, damn, this is why I'm feeling this way because I'm thinking like this. And understanding that's just a perspective. It's not what's really going on. You can never feel bad, sad, if you are thinking happy. If you are thinking truth and what is real, what really is, if it's objective truth, that objective truth will never make you feel sad. Because objective truth is based in love. So if you are feeling sad, know that you are possessed with a demon. What it means is you're not thinking in truth, in absolute truth. Because absolute truth only gives happiness and love. You cannot know absolute truth and understand absolute truth and be sad at the same time. Because absolute truth is beyond the feeling feeling of sadness. The feeling of sadness is actually a low vibrational understanding or perspective that makes you feel bad because you're not thinking clear.
Keep the knowledge no matter what you do. Keep the knowledge.
You know, the most amazing thing to me has been the idea that your eyes are connected to optical nerves that connect to your brain, and all of your senses are connected to your brain, and your brain is encased in your skull, but your brain is telling you, your eyes, what it's seeing. How? So amazing. You know, like, people don't even look at life the right way. Like, we think but don't know how to think. You know? All I've ever tried to do is help people learn how to think. Like, seriously, like the technologies of your eyes. The act of seeing photons hit your retina, send electrical signals through your optical nerves, and in the back of your brain, it interprets what you see, right? So it's like, okay, I'm in this tent, but everybody goes outside, 5 people go outside, they come back in with data. I tell them what they're thinking, what they see, what the data means. So does life go on after you stop observing it or stop existing? I don't believe so. I believe this whole world is me. Like, I believe that the world that you perceive is the world that you perceive. It is you. All of this is you. It can't exist without you because it happens through your 5 senses. The craziest part is that your brain is encased in darkness. So your brain is interpreting these electrical signals. I don't think that that is true. I think that you don't have a brain, and I think that your mind is projecting your body. But because we're looking at it objectively, as far as looking at another human being and seeing how the eyes work, we're the observer looking at the observee. And so it boggles my mind because there has to be a software, and I know what the software is. I know it's your astrological program. We figured this out already. Like, your reality that you see, what you experience, is literally programs. Everything's genetic programs. Everything that's living is coming from a genetic program. It has to be. So you're running off your astrological program. Straight up. So that's why astrology is so important, because everything is biological, everything is DNA. So like, they say that the eyes receive photons and the brain perceives with the electrical signals of the brain. The brain interprets the electrical signal, and we perceive through that interpretation. But what is the perception that interprets the electrical signals? You know, like, and that is where the program comes in. So if we are programs from genetic code, because that's where we start, right, as cells, we start as 23 chromosomes, and the 23 chromosomes, 42 chromosomes. And so we're everything is expressing from DNA and biology, and that's why science and biology is our real religion, because it's the study of life and how it works. When women say like, oh, I'm an independent, strong, independent woman, what they saying is that I had to motherfucking fend for myself and make resources come together and make ends meet for myself. So I have a strong pride about my own self and confidence in myself that I can survive through a lot, because I've been through a lot. So that's what they saying when they say independent woman. But the thing is, they work for a man.
That's right.
You work for a man. I mean, you're not independent. You're being a wife to the system. If you go to all of these government jobs, they fill with black women. Well, not right now. That should have shut down. But you dig what I'm saying? You go to the post office, black woman. You go to the Social Security office, black woman. You go to the DMV, it's all black women. You know, every time you go somewhere, there's all these black women working there. You go get your passport, there's black women working there. It's like the nursing, so many black nurses taking care of white America's grandparents, you know, being house niggas.
We've been doing that since when? I mean, it's a modern day version of it. It is what it is. Until we are able to open our eyes and see like, yo, we're not independent. You're not independent. You're just alone. You're just without man. You're just without a physical man. But you have a man managing your life because you work for him. Every time you go to work, you work for a system. That system pays you. You feel what I'm saying? That system that you work for is your man. But you don't realize that. You think that you're independent because you're going out there and getting on your own without a physical man in your life. But that don't mean that you're independent. You're dependent on the system. And that's okay. But the first thing is to learn that. The funniest thing about it all is that our black men we're not a part of it. You don't work for us. What is the black man's agenda? Other than being the shucking and jiving for trying to be like the system, trying to be like the man. You know what I'm saying? Right. What is the black man's agenda? What you got? I got knowledge of self. But the more what I'm saying right now, there's no such thing as an independent woman. You work for the system. Like, look, a woman is made to help a man. She just helped me. There's a black woman that helping white men. They don't know it. They work for their system. They work for the government and their agenda. But they're so zoomed into their world that they don't know how to open up the layers of consciousness and zoom out and be like, yo, what am I working for? To them, they feel personal about it. Look, I'm working for me. I'm working for my family. I'm working for not seeing the big picture. They zoomed into their little ass world. They think like, oh, okay, I'm working for this. I'm working for this. I'm working for me and my family. That's so small-minded. It's so much bigger than that. Where are you and your family at? Where are you giving your energy to? You're working for a man. You just don't know it because it's so big. But there's a man that runs this whole thing. He puts his pants on just like me. He brushes teeth just like me. He eat food and poop just like me. He run this whole motherfucking thing and you work for him. He ain't no different than me and you. Only thing is for generations he's been born into it. Kept. These families are kept. They're royal families. They kept and they keep power. They inbreed. They keep power. He ain't no different than you. But we give his system value because we were born in it. And I told you, the animals that are born in the zoo don't know that they're in the zoo. It's all that they know. You know, a monkey that's born in the zoo, you take them to the wild, they don't know the wild. They don't know the fucking wild. Fuck around and die. They're domesticated animals.
So we're not physical beings, we're more so like a spiritual being, right?
We're spirits. We're definitely spirit. Everything is energy. Spirit.
So when our physical body dies, what do you think happens with our spiritual body?
That's funny, right? Because I've always built on this. So check this out. When it comes to understanding how the body works, we have to study our dreams because somebody can be sleeping right next to you, right? Yet they're not asleep. Although their body is there, their mind is, their consciousness is not there. So the body is not relative to the consciousness when it comes to the realm that we are in. So when someone is sleeping, you will say, well, yo, you were sleeping in the bed. They will tell you that they were in a dream with you somewhere else with another body. So the mind gives us a body. The mind gives us a body. The body is a figment of your imagination. Is what I'm saying to you. The body is an avatar to navigate through the realm that you're in, depending on what realm you're in. But when you go to sleep at night, you go into darkness, and voila, another body. You're walking around with this body, and you've seen somebody else's body that you knew, and you will come back into this body and say, yo, we was walking over there. How? You was laying right here. Because the mind, this is how we understand how the body works. You think that when you die, you leave your body here. But the truth is, you don't leave your body here. This place only exists because you're observing it. And that goes into quantum physics and the observer's effect, that when the observer is observing the electron, it becomes material, it becomes matter. But when we're not observing the electron, it becomes a quantum wave, a potentiality. We are the creator in a sense because of our own imagination we're projecting, but I'll go into that later. But just to explain what happens after we die, we don't die. We're consciousness. We only transform and cross over to another realm, to cross over to judgment. Like, I feel like you have to be judged for everything you did in this life. See, here's what's gonna happen when you die. You're gonna go back to source. Whatever's in your subconscious mind, it will play out. So if Buddha is in the subconscious mind as a deity, then Buddha will be there. But it's all you. And your mind is projecting these things. If you believe in Jesus, Jesus will be there. Whatever you need to know, whatever you need to be. If you believe in Egyptology, then Osiris will be there. What I'm saying to you is always in your subconscious and what you believe in. And if you're like me, you're gonna go back to a source of light. And in that light, you're gonna realize, like, I'm complete love. I am complete love. What the hell was that? That was your subconscious inside of limitation or a filter called your ego. And in that ego, you will look into life. You judge yourself from this loving, ending, all-knowing space. You will look at your ego and you will say, look, this is the life that you lived. If you do not see yourself as being righteous and upright in that life, then you will not be able to cross over. And we just can't fathom the amount of love that we truly are until we get to this place, to the source of where you're going to get sent back to the source, and you're going to review your mortal life, and you're going to judge yourself. When you see what you've done in the presence of this complete love, will you be proud of the life that you stood for? Will you be proud and say, I was conscious, I had reached full consciousness and knew what I was doing and purposely lived a life that said I knew what I was doing. And I helped other people, enlighten them and understand other versions of myself, what they were. And here's what I did. Here's how much deeds I did. Here's the life that I led.
You are God. You made this perfect. You are perfect the way you are. Your natural beauty is who you are. Your hair being locked makes you more conducive to the electromagnetic field of consciousness. It makes you be able to tap into higher brainwaves because you are God's people. Your hair needs to be coiled and locked because it's the antenna that allows you to communicate with the Most High, with your higher self. This is the greatest hair. This is the standard of beauty. What is there to make up for? You wear makeup. Remember makeup? They call you dusty, dirty. Y'all look dirty. Y'all look dusty. What? Thank you. No, thank you. From the last time I thought we came from dust and dirt. We're supposed to be close to the earth. You gotta understand we are beautiful the way we are. And if you just give yourself a chance, you would never understand how beautiful you are until you just let yourself go. You have to overcome vanity. A lot of you black women have vanity issues. You're vain. You think too much of your physical beauty and don't work more on your internal self and in your mind. Stop looking in the mirror for a week. Don't look in the mirror for a week. Just be who you are. Work on that. Work on that. Can you work on that? Can you just work on loving yourself from within first? Stop looking in the mirror. No looking in the mirror for a week. Challenge. Don't look in the mirror for a week. Challenge. Stop being so obsessed with the mirror and what people think about you and how people. You see, you care about what people think about you too much. That's part of the problem. When I was waking up, I forgot how I looked. I had to remember to get up and, do my hygiene. I was so into the knowledge. I was so into my internal mind, my mind, and fixing my mind that I had isolated myself from society so I can give a fuck what people think about me. Work on your mind, your inner beauty. You're taking a spiritual path here. You should be so into the knowledge, so you should be awakening, receiving all kind of messages. Leave your hair alone. Accept your hair the way it is. Knot your hair up. Lock it up. Knot it up. You gotta look good the whole time. Everywhere you go, you always gotta look good. You're so full of yourself. You're so full of yourself. I don't look pretty enough to be on camera. You know what? You guys are so worried about everything that you got going on, you forget your personality. You're so caught up in the physical, you forget the mental. That's why your fucking personality ain't shit. Because you put so much into your physical, you forget your own personality. Developing your personality, motherfucker. How many times you seen a good looking person and as soon as they start running their mouth? Or how many times have you met someone that wasn't all that good looking, and then when they're so intelligent, it made them look better? You're not working on your inner being. You're not working on your mind, your intelligence. You're not working on you. Stop giving the outside so much credit and give the inside some credit. Express your mind. Do your art. Be an artist. Stop worrying about your external look so much and be you. What about you? You forgot about you trying to be what everybody wants you to be on the external. And that's why you keep attracting people that only want your external. Because you're not working on your internal and showing that. That should be seen before your physical beauty. Your mind should be seen. And then it should be like, damn, ain't she bad? Shorty mentally there, and but your mental is what you put up first. You got you know, there's some women that they're not concerned on their physical as much as they are their mind. You feel it first. Your mind should be your first presence.
So before there was a Bible, before there was any religion, nature was our religion. Nature is who we looked at as the resource, as the source of our life. Whatever sustained our life was our God. This is why they say the black woman is God, because the black woman is able to sustain life with her breast milk. And so she's looked at as a deity. A baby doesn't need anything but breast milk to grow into its full maturity. Even men can drink breast milk, and they have during slavery to survive. What I want people to understand is that before there was a Bible, our gods were nature, our source. To this day, we call it resources. So the things that sustained our life was our gods. This was called voodoo. The elements. We praised nature and understood the laws of nature. And we were one with nature. We were one with God. We were one with Allah, the All. Nature connects us to the All, to all of the universes and all the galaxies and everything in existence. As soon as our body touches the earth, our body is aligned with the almighty oneness. We need to get back to a natural understanding of God and nature. God is a principle. God is not a deity. God is a principle of good and what is righteous and pure. And when we say Satan, we're saying Satan not as a person or one being. We're saying Satan as a principle of what is evil, of what goes against the natural laws of the equilibrium of the planet. You cannot be in harmony with God. You cannot worship God and be out of harmony with your body, and in your body be out of harmony with the planet. I'm going to say that again. You cannot communicate with Allah if you are not in sync with your body, and your body is not in sync with the earth. You must eat holistically without preservatives or hormones or added or genetically modified information in your food. The way we communicate with Allah is through genetic code. Our DNA is the mind of God. When we talk about the mind of God and being able to communicate with Allah, we're talking about genetic code. Because we are genetic code. When you was first born, you was born 23 chromosomes of your mother, 23 chromosomes of your father. You think of yourself as one being, but truly you are trillions of beings moving as one unit. You are cells, and inside the nucleus of each cell is DNA. And what we have to realize is all biological life on this planet is governed and ruled and shaped and formed from genetic code. We must become scientists again. We must to become righteous, become godly. We must become biologists. Science is our religion, because science is the observation and study of nature and its patterns. So if we're going to understand God, our Bible is science, our Bible is nature. And what we need to get back to is being scientists.
and objective facts. Stop with the hocus pocus. Put down your Bible, put down your Quran. You can use it as references back and forth. You can keep it in that sake, but not keep it as a full belief system in your logical mind making decisions in your life. We must put down the Bible. We must put down the Quran. We must take our DNA, which is the Akashic records, our body, which is the computer of Allah. We must take our body back to nature, which is the motherboard, connect ourselves back to the sun. Peace to the gods, what's going on? We're about to get into this. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred from one form to another, right? So people will say, oh, you create your own reality, when that's false. You're observing your own reality. You're not creating it. It's already been created. You're here to live it and experience it and observe it. Which means that all is energy. The energy is just transformed from one form to another. When you're on this spiritual journey, you're going to go through much transformation. A spiritual journey is when you start to study knowledge of self beyond what meets the eye. Knowledge of self is the beginning of all spirituality, studying who am I beyond what meets the eye. Who are you? Are you your social security number? Are you your last name? What are you? We're all trying to get to the source of understanding that on this spiritual journey. F you on a spiritual journey. Not everyone is on a spiritual journey. They are, not consciously, but life is spirituality, right? But not everyone seeks to understand life as we do, right? We are spiritual mystics. It's been such a good journey, and anybody out there that's going through this, I want you to understand that Allah is in control. When I say Allah, I mean the all. You're part of the all. You're part of this movie that's playing. Allah is the greatest. Allah is doing all of this. You think that we're separate from source? Sit back. Sit back and chill and let this shit play out, man. Sometimes we be going through stuff in life. Life is like a picture being painted. If you ever went to a jazz spot or watched somebody painting a picture and you looking at the picture and you don't know what it is, but by the end of the picture you like, oh, that's what it is. If you ever had that experience, that is what life is. Life is a constant unfolding and revealing more and more and more of wholeness. And sometimes in life, we're so zoomed into the circumstance that we don't allow things to grow. You don't see your hair growing, but your hair is growing. You don't see the people around you growing. Maybe you don't see your kids growing, but they're growing. But it is happening before you ever so subtly. Transformation. Let go and let Allah. Allah's will be done, inshallah. This is what I'm learning. If you think you are in control, the universe will continue to put you in situations to show you you are not in control. You know, we think we all got it all together. You don't got it all together until you in the now, completely submitted to the now. No matter what happens, you are prepared to be submitted to what happens right now. And you keep your balance and you keep your happiness regardless of what happens. This is when you have control. You don't have control until then, because we are not in control. Allah is. We like to feel that we are in control of our lives because it empowers us. Oh, but the universe will give you power to make you feel like you're running shit, just to take it from you, to show you who's the boss. This is why when people say you can manifest stuff, I'll be like, be careful with that. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you're trying to manifest, because you could be trying to manifest something that goes against the will of Allah. Even though Allah is you, your personality can be humbled. I wish you success. Yes, get it. Because what you're going to find out is when you get it, it's not going to feed your soul. Why? Because you have not submitted yourself to Allah. Allah knows what you need. All you have to do is be still.
If you don't know who you are, people will tell you who you are, and then you will be confused. You have to know who you are. You have to accept yourself. Love yourself unconditionally. Know yourself. Understand yourself completely. Accept you. Since the day you were born, everything and everybody, people, everything that comes into your life is born angel. You came here, you were by yourself. And then things were added to you without your conscious understanding. Things were added to you. People, places, things. Here, do this. Say this. 1, 2, 3, 4. People programmed you. It wasn't in your will. Who told you what to think? They told you how to think. You first come here. As soon as you enter, they gave you a name. They gave you a number. They said, this is who you are. Your name is this. And you just went along with it. You didn't question it. You said, okay. And then they programmed you. They trained you until you started to say it yourself. And then you didn't ask no questions. You said, okay, my name is this. I am this. This is what I like. Da, 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 da. But you didn't have no choice. You were programmed. You were part of a cult. You were a cult member. As soon as you came in, they gave you a name. They gave you a religion. They gave you a number. They gave you a school. They told you what things were. And at what point do you program yourself? At what point do you go back to the scratch and say, wait a minute, question everything? Reprogram yourself. What point do you say, my name is not that? That's who my parents named me. That's not my name. I am. I am what I say I am and what I think I am. But if what you're thinking is what they programmed you to think, then you are who they say you are. You see? You think that you're thinking for yourself. You have a number, you're a number, a code. That's what you are. Shall we go deeper? The United States of America, the leaders of the United States of America are your gods. They made you. How do you make some consciousness can be shaped and formed depending on its environment and what it's been taught. So since the day you were born, they gave you your name, they gave you the number. You had to sit inside of a concentration camp we call school. The school is programming you all day, every day, all day, and then testing to see how well you have remembered the program. You have been programmed since the day you were born to be what you think you are. You think that you're free. You think that you have free will and you can make your own choices and you're thinking on your own, but you don't realize that the first 7 years of your life you've been programmed, and now you're just perpetuating what they already programmed you to do, and you think that you're thinking on your own, but you're not. You don't have your own. You've been brainwashed. Oh, should I say no, you haven't been brainwashed yet. It's the program. To be brainwashed means to wipe clean of what you've been programmed, to wipe the brainwash. Brainwash means to, if there's a computer, clear the computer. Wash the brain of the computer means empty all files, everything you think you know, unknow it. I don't know nothing. And then to program yourself again is to reprogram my mind. And everybody needs to be brainwashed. Because you're not who you think you are. Keep the knowledge no matter what you do. Keep the knowledge.
We did a video on my YouTube, Natureboy TV, where we're showing how the Earth's electrical current works. We have a body voltmeter hooked up to our body, and we touch the Earth, and you watch the fluctuation of the meter go up and down. You're not even thinking about this. You're laying in your bed and you're not thinking about it. Now, how much is melanin worth?
About 400 a gram or something like that.
Is melanin worth more than gold?
Yes.
And I thought melanin was just a pigment. Why is it worth more than gold? Can anyone tell me why it's worth more than gold? Why is your melanin, your carbon, worth more than gold? We talk about black power, but we don't understand our own melanin. Did anybody have a clue? Why is melanin worth more than gold? Because melanin repairs DNA. Did you hear me? Melanin repairs your DNA. If you stop eating poison, if you go back out into nature, you're gonna become God. Because your melanin is gonna repair your damaged genes. And guess what your mind is? Your DNA. Your melanin makes it harder for your DNA to get damaged. It protects DNA and heals it. It gets rid of free radicals and toxins in the body. But only thing is, black people are bombarded with the most ignorant shit ever. Look at our society. We're bombarded with the wrong food. We're eating all kind of dumb shit. Our music is poison. They promote this on purpose. We are the only group of people that have a radio station talking about us killing each other. We're the only music made in the whole world, and they sell it. Why are they selling music to us? Why are they promoting this music so heavy? If you told them, can we make music talking about animals and harming animals? They would tell you no. They wouldn't market it. If we say, hey, can we talk about killing children? They would tell you no. We don't have a market for that. But blacks on black crime, pats on the face, oh yeah, we got a market for that. We want more of that. Come on, we'll pay them to talk about that. Why do you think they're allowing this stuff on the mainstream radio? Why do you think there's a market for hip-hop music? As ignorant as it is and what it promotes, it keeps us down.
It's another form of attacking our DNA.
Absolutely. Because it keeps us ignorant and disconnected from us, our melanin working for us. Our melanin will never work for us. But your melanin is worth more than gold and you don't know why. Now let me ask you a question, brother. What makes your hair black?
Melanin.
Bing, bing, bing. We have a winner, chicken dinner. Motherfucking melanin is in your hair. That's what makes carbon is in your hair, my nigga. When you dye your hair, you are literally stripping the melanocytes out of your hair. But do you understand that your melanin is worth more than gold? Do you know why your hair is black? Because black absorbs all of the light spectrum. Look at the brother out in the light. He damn near black. He's absorbing all of the consciousness of this planet. His hair is black, so it is able to absorb all of consciousness, which allows him to tap into high brain frequencies. So the thoughts that's coming to his brain are at a higher frequency because there is a nerve, and I want somebody to Google this. It's called the hair root plexus. There's a nerve called the hair root plexus. The hair root plexus is at the bottom of the root of every hair follicle. It is a nerve that connects the hair to the brain. They don't want you to know this.
I'm grateful.
I love myself. It's two kind of niggas in this world. There's house niggas and there's field niggas. To this day, I'm a field nigga. I'm running from the system. I'm reaching back to my people to teach what I could teach them. And then there's niggas that just conform to the system and they find loopholes and make it in the system. So we still niggas. We all niggas. It don't matter. And so what you seen yesterday was a house nigga versus a field nigga. That's it. The house nigga live close to Master, wear Master clothes. He wanna be like Master, he just do what Master do. And the field nigga's trying to get far away from Master, he hate Master. He wish Master be destroyed. So the indigenous people on this planet, I stand with you. We was here before. We did not land on Planet Rock. Planet Rock landed on us. White supremacy landed on us. But guess what? Deeper than that, there's no separation. So white supremacy is our lower self manifested. The white man is nothing but our reflection of everything we're not supposed to be. Everything that we're not supposed to be. So we must do away with his system and his values and get back to our indigenous ways and find value in love and value in my Lord. And I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm perfect, meaning that I have everything I need to become perfect because I'm still in the human experience and I'm evolving into what I'm complete, my glory, just like everyone else. Yet I'm not without flaw. No one is good. No one is good. If you see me falling, I'm practicing my knowledge. I'm practicing what I preach. And when you practice what you preach, you make mistakes. So what I want people to know is that I don't have an enemy, nothing but white supremacy is my enemy. White supremacy is my enemy. I don't have an enemy. And even white supremacy is the enemy. Everything in me I need to let go of. Let go of the weave. Let go of the white supremacy in you. Because it starts with you. So our women gotta let it go. The men gotta let value of it. Stop valuing this stuff. Heaven is when the black man rules his planet, knows his place and protects his women and children. So we have to understand this. I don't fault my people for hating. We hate ourselves. We were taught to hate ourselves. If you hate me, you hate yourself. And that has been written. That's okay. But you have to understand one thing. Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. I'm the king of this earth. I'm the black man. And this is my woman. And I will reign. And I will populate this earth with my mind. So now, the black man is arising because of the age of Aquarius. The time that we're in, the age that we're in, allows us to have our access to our mind again. We lost our mind for 400 years. We lost our understanding of what we are. We lost our understanding of our connection to God, Allah, as a punishment, as a cycle. We went into the dark age. We were wiped away of our memory and our last name and our culture and our spirituality, and we adopted. The only thing we knew was what our lower self told us.
The black man is God. God imagined itself into existence to enjoy itself through the black man. The black man is rising now. The black man is God's highest frequency. God is all things. But when it comes to God experiencing its creation, it has come through humanity, through the black man. The white man is the lower frequency of what God is. It is what is called the evil, the backwards. It lacks connection. It's on a frequency, on a spectrum. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Consciousness itself has to use an avatar to experience itself through itself. So it has created an avatar called the human body, which is melanated. The melanated man is at full capacity to hold the energy of the Most High, so the Most High can live through the black man and experience his own creation. God created everything not to experience it. It experiences his creation through the black man. The black man and all of humanity. Humanity is the seed and the avatar that God gets to enjoy its creation through. God is me. I am God. Enjoying my creation. And the black man that knows this, his reality will start to bend to his will. His reality, his woman will start to bend to him. His woman will start to serve him. His woman will learn him. Nature he won't have to work because he will will it into existence. Why would a black man ever work for them, for his lower self? He would never say that. His lower self is working for him. The system, when you become God, the system will work for you. You will not have to bend a finger. You will not have to move because you will think and it will move because you are God. And when a black man comes and who he is, he doesn't need to move. He speaks and said, "Let there be light," and the light shines. The black man does not have to do anything. He is God. He just wills it into existence. He is here to be served completely. And you are looking at God. The black man is God. The black man is the head. The black man allows God to experience itself in its own creation. When God came down to experience itself, it made the avatar of the black man and made the black woman to continue to reproduce itself through. And now your enemy comes in melodic form. The black man is now the devil. The black man is now has demonic forces in him because he's been raised in an environment where epigenetically he has taken on ways of his master and must fight that in himself and must destroy that in himself and then fight it externally. We are here for war, but we are here to reign. Black man, we are here to reign. Man-made woman, man-made nature, man made the sand, man made the sun, the moon, the stars. Man made this. The black man made the sun. The black man made the moon, the earth, the wind, the stars. The black man made all of this. The black man made his woman for his pleasure. He made his woman to serve him. And any woman that has knowledge of self knows that. Deep inside of her, she knows she's made to serve her man. And if she ain't serving him, she's serving the white man. So it don't matter, she's still here to serve. I know who I am. I believe who I am. I have the science to back it up, and can't nobody prove me wrong that I'm not God. Show me I can prove to you with facts that I am God, that the black man is God. With facts. I know it so well when I speak to you, it makes sense. You feel it in your bones when I'm talking that it makes sense.
You have now tuned into the Most High. I am you. I am your higher self. There ain't nothing higher than what I'm telling you right now. You feel me? When you tune into this type shit, you really tuning into your higher self. Guess what? If you are vibrating in your lower self and you are listening to your higher self, it's gonna sound crazy. My job here is to explain to you how it works and how you are God. You are the source of reality. Without your five senses, you wouldn't even be able to acknowledge me. I'm a figment of your imagination. You're dreaming. I am you talking to you. You are God, and everything around you is different versions of you, parallel universes, past, future, and present happening. Everything that ever happened that you ever read in history was you. You were Martin Luther King. You were Malcolm X. You was Elijah Muhammad. You was everybody. In history, you were Hitler. You were everybody. You were everything that you see in different forms. And nothing more powerful than that. To let you know that, yo, I'm the source of all this shit. And all I'm trying to do is become one with what is. And what is the source. And who is the source? You. Without you, none of this shit can exist. When you go to sleep at night, what happens? You go into darkness. And then you illuminate another reality with your mind. Because all is mental. And you are looking at yourself, and I'm talking to you right now. See, when you start really opening your eye, when you really become the I am, when you really become a God, nothing is separate. Everything is one. So when you hear a dumb motherfucker talking, you can be like, listen to my lower self. That's crazy. But you don't have to be mad because you know that's a version of you. That's a parallel universe. Everything in existence simultaneously happening right now is you. Everything, the dog that's barking, the trees, the leaves, even the dead ones, even the house, even the inanimate objects, they're all vibrating. Everything is moving. Everything is you. You are everything in existence. You are the observer and what the observer is observing. Like what my man Yada say, what could be greater than you? What could be greater than nothing? Now, when I say that, I mean you have the potential to be you have the potential to become one with your higher self if you can take in the knowledge and apply it to your life. But you have to look at your natal charts. You can look at your demons, your squares, your oppositions, and your quincunx. And your major aspects are stopping you from understanding that you are Allah. That is the only thing that's stopping you. These are your demons. That's it. It's that simple. It's not hard. You see? There's nothing greater than the observer. You are God. There's no external God. I know you say Allah is the all, but I'm telling you that the all is a figment of your imagination. As great as the sea is, as great as the animals, as big as the animals are, nothing is greater than the one that's watching the movie. Because the movie is a figment of the dreamer's imagination. You are the dreamer. You are the one. You are the source of your existence. You said, let there be light, which is thought, and you thought this all into existence. Even me. That's how great you are. But we always look at ourselves as a drop in the ocean, and we're the whole ocean in a drop. You look at yourself as one human being, when you're all of everything in one human being. And without you, nothing can exist. I just be wanting to help people understand, yo, the only thing that blocks you is your quincubs, your oppositions, and your squares from knowing that you God. Most people come on this journey and they're faced with their demons, and then they're given an opt-out. You're like, yo, you can blame Natureboy. You can say he did this to you, and you can get out. What they don't understand is that I was facing them with their trauma. So it's gonna seem like it's abuse, but it's not abuse. You was faced with your traumas. This is not for everyone. The spiritual path, the righteous path is not for everyone. Spirituality leads you right into politics. You become everything. You become Christ conscious, and then you go from Christ conscious back to your ego. Then you must play your role as your ego, consciously understanding that it's a role and that you're here to serve the all. So that means that you're going to have to do things and say things that go against the status quo. And if you're a pussy, if it's in you to be a bitch, this path is not for you, because it's a psychological warfare. You're in your own mind and you're met with adversities. I've seen so many people come and be faced with their demons and not have the heart to face their shit, their shadow, and they run. And then they make an excuse by pointing the finger of blame on someone like myself, or anyone. But you're going to be faced with yourself. People are not ready. This is why I make people go through the entry test and study the knowledge first, because if you don't have the knowledge in you, you can't even get to me, because you're coming here for the wrong reason. You're coming with us on this journey for the wrong reason, and you're not really family, and you're going to leave, because at the end of the day, this shit is not easy. You will be ignored. That's the number one thing you're going to be, is ignored. It's nothing like having the greatest truth on the planet and saying that shit, putting it all together, put it in a song. Very few people get it. But when you do something negative, that shit gets blown out of proportion. You will be ignored. And that's one of the hardest things about this journey, is being ignored, man. People will ignore the shit out of you, dog. This is why you can't be doing this for views. You can't come and do this path for love or fame or woman. No. Because you ain't getting that. You think you're going to get a woman. You're not. You're going to get a devil. The devil's going to send you a woman to try to expose everything wrong about you and try to depict you to be some kind of way. You think you're getting a woman. You're not getting a woman. You're not going to be happy. Your happiness doesn't happen until this shit falls apart. We don't even start building nothing until this shit falls apart. You can't build nothing right now. All we can do is proclaim the kingdom. We can't start building anything right now till this shit falls apart. So our job is to send out psychological healing. Our job is to speak it, proclaim it right now. And then the time will come, we will build. But you're not gonna get no woman right now. No. It's not time for your heaven. You don't get no reward yet. The woman that comes to you is to test you, to show you everything. You don't get a woman yet. No. You have to earn that shit. Everything that you get of true value will take some kind of energy exchange. You want that woman that's going to have your back and love you unconditionally. Oh, this ain't the time for that. We at war. This ain't a time of peace. You want this shit to just happen. You want to manifest it just happen. But no, we're at war. You got to put in that fucking work every fucking day. The devil going to send you women. These ain't nothing but succubus. These women want to suck you dry. And they'll write books about your life. They'll turn on you. You're not your woman. It's not time for heaven yet. Heaven hasn't come yet. We are at war. You are here to speak the truth. Get in trouble for the truth. Continue to speak the truth.